What's going on, guys? Psycho here as always, and today my little segment here, the gear review corner, whatever you want to call it, is going to be a loadout. Now, a lot of times when you're thinking about it, you might not know what gear to choose, what to use, what's specific for what, and so on and that sort. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick little collaboration, just going to grab stuff off shelves that Scott's got throughout the store, put it together, and basically make a loadout for you with what we have in the store. And our focus this time is going to be a standard infantry loadout, something if you have an M4, if you have an AK, SCAR, anything along those sorts that's a standard, medium to long-range AEG. So, let's get started. We're over here now at the camouflages. The game that's coming up here on the 11th is going to be at Manning House. Pretty standard field that we like to use here in northern Arizona, and I've determined just through playing there so much that the most effective camouflage is going to be your desert style. Just because there's a lot of tan from the grasses. There's not a whole lot of forest, but when there is, there's a lot of stuff, debris, and fallen tree scrub, stuff like that throughout it. And then of course there's the house, the garage, and the silo. And so all of that kind of combines to make it more of an urban exterior kind of environment, and just the desert, the lighter colors work a lot better than the darker colors. So as a base, it's important to remember your type of camouflage you're going to be starting. Now, unless you've got disposable income, you're not going to be able to grab every camouflage and make a different gear loadout for everything, so it's important to take that in consideration. But tan definitely works better for northern Arizona in most situations. So right here, as always, we've got Desert Digital, so this would be a good place to start. If you're not into the digital, the new modern kind of look, we do have the standard 3-color desert as well. So you can go ahead and pick and choose whichever one you want as your base, and then we're going to move on to getting the gear started up. Alrighty guys, we're now here at the tactical gear section. And what we've got here is where Scott keeps all his vests. And we've got a whole different variety here. People have been coming in, trading them in, purchasing new ones. But he's got a few basic ones here that we're going to go ahead and talk about. Obviously, I said that our focus is going to be on desert from Manning House, and so I've got 3 versions here that I'm going to show you. First and foremost is your bare necessity. This is the kind of vest that you want to get if you don't have an indisposable income or you don't have a lot of airsoft gear. Anything that's going to be really simple and get you out there playing with having a tactical vest if you want one. And this is pretty much what you get. You get a utility pouch or a spot for a radio, grenade pouch, spot for a radio, whatever you want to put in there. 3 pistol magazine pouches, pistol holster, and then you've got AK M4 style magazine pouches. It's a very breathable, very lightweight vest, and a lot of guys in HC wear these because they are very simple and comfortable. So this is something to think about if you don't want to take the time or the money to build yourself a personalized Molly vest. However, when it comes to having a more personalized loadout, a more personalized look, and something that you created for your comfort zone, Molly is somewhere where you want to go. And I've got 2 different Molly vests here that we carry at the surplus store, and each one is a little bit different, but we'll cover this first one here. Obviously, you've got full Molly in the front as well as in the back, leaving you plenty of space for personalization, and we'll get to that in a moment. But this standard vest is comfortable. It's a little bit heavier than the other one that I have here that I'll show you, but it is adjustable for girth, zipper in the front, as well as on the sides for adjustability. And then we've got this guy here, which is the one that we're going to focus on. This particular vest is very lightweight. It's got mesh in the front, so you're going to be very breathable. It's not going to get too hot, especially in Arizona. It gets kind of hot during the summertime. But you got plenty of space for Molly, and this one actually has a built-in hydration pouch. So you're not going to need to worry about getting a hydration carrier for it because it has it built in. All you'll need is a bladder, which most days everybody has. Stuff it in there, run the hose out, and you're good to go. Alright guys, so now we're here where Scott keeps all of his pouches, and when it comes to Molly, you got to figure that you can't really just play with this. You're going to need a spot to put your gear. Being that, again, desert is our base, and that this is going to be our base vest, I have in my hands a lot of different pouches that you can always customize with it. I'm just going to show you your options, your availability here at the surplus store, and then I'm going to show you a finished product. So first off, what I've got here is a belt. Being that this particular rig has a spot to put a belt, it is very important to include a belt because then that opens up your options for leg rigs, leg holsters, and things like that. This particular belt is pretty nice because it comes with 2 pistol magazines, or just 2 pistol magazine pouches on the belt itself. So if you're carrying a pistol, this is a great option to go because it does include the spots for that. Now, when it comes to considering the style of magazines you're going to be carrying, if you have an AK, you're going to want AK pouches, okay? This guy is a double AK magazine pouch. This guy will fit anywhere on the Molly, and it allows you to fit 2 to 4, depending on the size, AK magazines. That is one option. You then have to consider your M4 style magazines. A lot of people like M4s. They carry SCARs, which use M4 magazines. 416s use it for M4 magazines and stuff like that. And so there's a lot of different styles of M4 magazine pouches. This is a triple M4 magazine pouch. It considers the spot that you have obviously 3, but then you can also fit 2 of each, so you can carry a total of 6. So if you have a lot of mid caps, this is something you want to carry. But if you don't have a lot of mid caps, you've only got a couple high capacity magazines, then one of these guys is a kangaroo style, or sorry, an open top style magazine pouch, because unlike the one that I just dropped, the little elastic fits over the magazine, keeps it down, whereas the other one has an actual flap that secures over top of it. So this is a style, and then obviously the triple of the same open top. Now, also, you can't forget that you're going to need a few other options. If you're carrying things such as grenades, if you're carrying a map, if you're playing milsim games, or if you have a lot of spare gear that you like to carry, cord, flashlights, stuff like that, you might want to carry one of these guys. It's a pretty big pouch, but it's an admin pouch. If you open this bad boy up, you got all sorts of customizable spots inside there for maps, flashlights, pens, markers, whatever the heck you might need on the field, pocket knives, anything that might not be considered essential gear but is useful to carry around, you can always put inside that guy. Being that you're going to be shooting, you're going to need a dump pouch. If you don't need a dump pouch, you can always put your magazines back inside the magazine, but it's a lot quicker to have a dump pouch. You just reach around behind you, drop that empty mag, and pull a new one, put it in. So it's very important to have one of these guys on your gear as well. And then, of course, if you have a sidearm, you're going to want a pistol pouch. Again, being that it's Molly, it is customizable to your degree. You can put this guy anywhere you want. And as you can see inside here, I've actually got a sidearm. So be sure you head to my channel and check out the full review of the HK USP Tactical. Alright guys, so here we are. I've got my complete loadout on that I created for the upcoming game. Again, it is Desert, and it is ready for Manning House. As you can see in my hands, I have a gun that will be coming up here on sale at the surplus store. So if you're in need of a new AEG, right here it is. It's a G&G combat machine. You're going to go ahead and check with Scott once he's got this ready for you. But, as you can tell with my gear, I've got everything put on here. I've got my pistol with the magazine here. I got a flashlight holster here. I got a spot for a radio. Magazines here. Dump pouch on the side. Got my belt. And then on the back side, I've got a spot for a hydration pouch right here. And then I also have the admin pouch as well. Now, as you can see, I'm also wearing some new stuff as well. I've got gloves on. You can get these here as well. These are Condor hard knuckle gloves. You can also take them out, put memory foam in, so if you're not planning on punching anybody in the face. You also have spots for, as you can tell, boonies. We've also got shamaks that'll match the desert loadout. We've got kind of like mechanic / surgeon hats. We've got desert digital bandanas, tan balaclavas. If you want to have a more military Sergeant Major Sixth of look, you've got the patrol caps. You've got stuff I'm dropping on the floor. If you go with the 3-color Desert Digital, you've got this guy, or the 3-color normal one, sorry. You've got plain standard tan boonie cap. I mean, you've got so many different options of stuff to wear at this place that it fits pretty much every need you could possibly hope for. If you need boots, we've got boots. If you need gear, come here. It's the place to be. You can get anything you need, as you can see with the dummy here next to me. He's got all sorts of stuff on it, so anything you really need. Boots, like I said, we got tons of different styles of boots here. So it's the place to be. If you need gear, you got to come here, check it out. I was able to make this whole loadout with just stuff that's in the store itself. This is Psycho, signing off.